podcast. We're not sure our name yet. I'm Kristina, and this is Leondra.
So, okay, you haven't saw the movie yet because you told me already, but let me tell you what it's about. So this man, he's from, I forgot what country he's from, but so he goes online on Tinder, on the dating app, and he tricks women into thinking he's rich. They fall in love, and then he pretends like something terrible happened, like his cards got frozen, and he tells them, I'm gonna pay you back, and they believe him because he's rich. And he has them open up bank cards and get loans for like $40,000, $50,000, $10,000, and he's just living this good life. Private jets. After he uses up that woman and never pays her back, he moves on to the next woman, does the same thing. She funds his life, and he just keeps it going. And this is a true story. So when he finally got caught, he was not prosecuted because they say that was not a crime. So on the radio, they've been asking people, do they think he should have got prosecuted for lying and taking their money and never paying it back? And a lot of the female callers were saying no, that he should not have. So how do you feel? Should he have been prosecuted for lying to them about his life, having them open up bank accounts, credit cards, and never paying them back? I'll tell you what the callers say after you say what.
I kind of feel like he should, because he's like tricking them into believing that he's going to pay them back. So it's kind of like he's getting a loan from them, and like if I got a loan from somewhere, I would have to pay it back or I would get in trouble. So I feel like he should get in some kind of trouble.
So the callers were like, that people lie every day. And that although it's morally wrong that he lied and never paid them back, he did not put a gun to their head. And yes, it was large amounts, but they did it, and basically that they were stupid, and lying is not a crime.
So how do you feel about it?
At first, I was like, dang, he didn't get in trouble. I thought that was messed up. But after hearing the callers, I'm like, they're right. Women do it all the time. Lie to men, get money, don't pay them back. This goes on every day, but because he's a male and because he was able to get larger amounts, they made it a bigger thing. It was wrong, though, but I kind of feel like the callers, like, he shouldn't go to jail for it. I'm sure sometime in my, I won't say my age, but in my years, that I probably told somebody something that I was in a bind. I don't know. I'm sure.
Are they even trying to get him to pay any of it back?
He doesn't have to pay it back. He didn't get in trouble at all. But he did not put a gun to their head. He did lie. But if he gets in trouble for that, then everyone has to get in trouble for that. But that reminded me of the story you were telling me earlier about that person you knew.
Yeah, so she got these checks in the mail. They were both for $7,800, but were the same exact check. Like, they had the same check number. You know how they all have like a different number on their checkbook? They were the same. So she put both of them in her account, and the bank rejected one, but they let the other one go through. So I kept telling her it's a scam and not to do it, just to leave the money in there if she was going to put it in there and wait and see what the bank said. But no, she didn't. She sends $4,000 back to the guy that sent it to her because he said that he's out of the country, so he can't pay his help for working, but he could pay her. So, like, it's just stupid. But he sent it, so once the bank finds out, I'm sure she's going to have to pay all of that money back.
That reminds me, like, a long time ago, I had met some guy. He was a real nice guy. He tricked me, too. He's in prison now, but I didn't know he was a criminal. And he was, like, telling me, did he tell me? I forgot what he said he did for work, but he said something about his bank account and he couldn't cash a check, see if someone could cash it for him. And so he had me to tell someone, and I'm young and just going for it. Okay, I'll find someone to cash a check for you. He had me go to ask someone to cash this check, and I did it, and the person liked me, so they did it for me, gave me the money back. I gave it to him, just didn't have a clue. And then the guy who was interested in me called me, like, that check was not good. My account is negative, and I couldn't do nothing. And the guy, he just washed his hands with it and disappeared. But he's definitely in prison right now not for that check, because he has a history of it. He's a scammer. He's in jail for credit card, bad checks, but that reminds me of that what that person did. So they better be careful.
Solid State Studio is known for being a safe, diverse, and creative place to vibe. There is so much to see and do. Here, you'll see Studio 2, your place for all your podcasting needs. Want to start a show or your own podcast? Here, you'll have everything you need from state-of-the-art headphones to the exquisite microphones to get the best sound. Want to stream your shows live? Our studio allows you to stream and edit your content live. Feel free to invite your guests and host calls regardless of their location. Interested in filming your content? We have 2 high-quality cameras at your disposal. If podcasting is your thing, book Studio 2 with Solid State Studio.
So that was on Netflix. It's so funny because my sister pays for the Netflix, and every time we add the password onto a new device, it kicks all of us out. She gets so mad because she has to call customer service. So I spent all weekend on her Netflix watching movies. What'd you do?
I got my car fixed because it broke Thursday while I was leaving from work. My tire fell off. I literally drove it until the tires fell off.
Oh my gosh.
And Saturday I got it fixed. Sunday I stayed at the house with the kids getting ready for Valentine's Day for their little party at school. You have Valentine's plans?
I do not. I normally have some plans, but I don't have plans this year.
I think it's on Monday.
Let me see. So Facebook keeps bringing up memories of my other Valentine's days. Last year I went out to dinner. I pretty much just go out to dinner and get gifts, but I always work Valentine's Day too. But I take that back. I was not watching movies all weekend. I was studying as well because I have a test coming up. And I kept getting invited out to go places, out to dinner. I turned that down, KOD. And I love going to the strip club. I had to turn that down too. But yeah, so I Netflix and movies. I mean, Netflix and studying.
Netflix and movies, the same thing.
My son they had the Super Bowl over the weekend. I got invited to some Super Bowl parties, but I don't watch sports, so I continued studying because I didn't want to not study to go fake watch football. My son went to a party. I did not have to drop him off because he's of age now. His friends have cars, so they picked him up and took him back.
Does your son watch football?
Mm-hmm.
What team was he going for?
I think he likes the Rams. So yeah, his little childhood friend who drives now picked him up. It makes me nervous every time because I remember him from when he was little. So yeah, that's it. Oh, are your kids out of school this week?
No, they're out the next week. The week that we're working 3 days.
My son's out all this week, calling this the winter break. I feel like that's over with.
Yeah,
that should have mixed with Christmas. And then they turn around and they're about to have a spring break.
Yes.
So my son was excited. He was up all night. He's going to be eating up all the groceries this week. So I'm going to get him good because I went and bought stuff for spaghetti. You know, you make spaghetti, that's an all-week thing.
Yes.
I'll make a big old pot. But that's all they do on vacation is stay home and eat up all the food.
Eat everything in the whole house. Play games, stay up all night, and eat everything.
Exactly. I'm surprised he hasn't been texting me today asking, can you bring home Takis on the way? Every time he texts my phone, he's begging for something.
He still eats the Takis?
Yes, he does. He loves Takis. They had a meme on Instagram that said it looks like the grocery store needs to go to the grocery store. It's empty still from when we had that storm.
Yes.
I'm surprised I was able to find chicken wings last night. They really been out of those.
Starting to get some meat back, but not a lot.
So their spring breaks are different from when I was younger. I don't know about you, but my spring break, I was just happy to be out of school. I was going to spend a night at my friend's house, going outside, and spring break was a blast. But for my son, they have to go out of town. Like, they're expensive.
I know, they want like hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
So this spring break, we're going to Destin. We got an Airbnb off the beach. You have the pool, jacuzzi, all that good stuff. Last year, we went to Myrtle Beach. That was fun. It was kind of cold. But yeah, they have pretty good spring breaks. My spring break was going outside and
blast. Eating popsicles and just so glad we're not in school.
But your kids, what do they do for their spring break?
Caitlin is going with her church group. The rest of us, we haven't decided yet because, I plan everything very last minute. Like, I bought Valentine's stuff yesterday. I buy Christmas on Christmas Eve. I'm like super last minute, so I won't know until the day before. But the kids, Caitlin's got plans, but she's the only one so far. Justin doesn't ever do anything. He don't like to get out of the house, so. And Brantley just does whatever.
That's my sister. I'm more last minute, but she's on top of it. Like, she found the Airbnb. She like the deposit this much. When can you pay your part deposit? The rest is due on this day. So
you save a lot of money that way, though, by planning.
So that's why the spring breaks are super fun for them, because she's a planner.
But since I just paid all that money to fix my car, we might be planning to
ain't no spring break.
And eat popcorn. That's all for us.
Dang. You guys been running.
There's so many of us, though, so we can just do something at the house and it's like a whole party all the time. Because there's always so many kids.
Yeah, my son, he has it good. It's just him. Yeah. So he has only child syndrome. So when me and my sister decided to stay together for a little while, him and my